Let's get started. This is Sai Farindra from SQL School. I assure you complete practice-oriented process from scratch, right from the basics. I need your support. Make sure we do on-time practice throughout the course. Let's understand what is database today, and we'll understand what is SQL, and from there comes our actual database administration DBA job roles. Let's understand slowly step by step. First, what is database? First, we'll understand what is database. Database is a platform. Database is a platform to store any type of data, any amount of data, no restrictions, no exceptions, fully secured. Here, to operate on database, to work with database, to administer database, we need a software called DBMS, Database Management System. It's a software to store, secure, and manage databases. Example DBMS like SQL Server, IBM DB2, MySQL, Oracle, Sybase, so on. So different companies came up with different DBMS products, and out of all these, we choose Microsoft SQL Server because it is cheaper, easy to use, free technical support, and free updates from Microsoft. One more advantage, SQL Server has support for any cloud platform. SQL Server supports Google Cloud, Amazon Cloud, Azure, Microsoft Azure Cloud, and so on. I repeat again, we are slowly understanding database, a platform to store any type of data, no restrictions. To work with database, we need a software called DBMS, Database Management System. It's a software to store, secure, and manage databases. Now, one such DBMS software from Microsoft SQL Server. So DBMS is the house. Databases are the rooms inside the house. As simple as that. What is it again? DBMS is a house. Databases are the rooms inside the house. And one such brand of house, SQL Server from Microsoft. As a DBA, we need to, or we are involved in, we are responsible for our involvement in green server configuration and the yellow cylindrical databases management. Configurations, management, part of our classes. What we actually do, let's see. Assume a car. Car has different spare parts, designed, planned, and designed by developers or car designers. Then they get assembled, tested. Then comes service and maintenance. Same way our database here. Database developers a separate job role. They involve in designing, programming the database. Then comes database administration, DBA, repairs, security, so on. So all denting work, repairing, maintenance work of database, you and me as a DBA, we are responsible. From here, how do we perform this maintenance, repair, security, health checks, etc.? To perform these activities as a DBA, we need a toolkit that is given by SQL, a structured query language. SQL to perform storage, manipulations, and reporting activities. So to talk to database, to read and write to database, manage, report, analyze database, we need SQL, remember. So SQL is the main toolkit for us to perform these day-to-day DBA activities. So our journey lines. In our DBA classes from tomorrow, we are going to start with basics, SQL concepts, server database, and index architecture elements. Then we'll proceed for basic DBA activities that involves tuning, backup, job, security, so on. Then comes advanced DBA activities. Here comes common issues, solutions. Like for example, database down, what we do, server down, what we do, table data missing, what we do, our table is slow, or it was fast sometimes and slow some other times, our server stops all of a sudden, or I forgot my admin password and I am the only admin. These kind of very common realistic issues, solutions, part of this particular module, including updates, upgrades. Updates means service pack, SP1, SP2, like this. Upgrades mean version change, like lower versions to higher versions, or lower to higher releases. We have something called 2019, 2022 latest versions in our classes. Rollbacks, rebuilds, something called auditing and tracing, replication, log shipping, mirroring activities, part of these courses, part of this module. Planned for 6 weeks, 2 weeks each box. For first level, entry level DBA. For experience level DBA, we need additional classes, additional 1 month on Azure activities, Azure DBA. Azure, a Microsoft cloud, will be working right from the scratch, right from cloud concepts, cloud basics, cloud configurations and migrations, tuning, auditing, security, backups, and so on. So we have total 2 different levels here. The DBA course, SQL DBA training plan A, starter program. Plan B includes both A and B together. Plan B includes first 6 weeks plus additional 4 weeks, total 10 weeks journey. Choice is yours as per your resume, your job requirement. You'll proceed for either 6 weeks program or the 10 weeks program. Once we join the project, we need to involve in any DBA team as a part of the administration, database administration team. Our daily routine job activities would be into different levels. Level 1 support, which is mainly for starters, entry level DBAs, more into monitoring and auditing activities. We have level 2 support, more into troubleshooting, auditing, and repairs, all kinds of fix and all kinds of management activities. Level 2. Level 3, senior DBAs who would be assisting level 2 in their day-to-day tasks and also designing new strategies or working on the new common or new frequently arising errors, documenting standard solutions, etc. Each of these levels has their own challenges. If you are into 6 weeks DBA training program, it is completely into level 1, partially into level 2. I said partially because level 2 needs even cloud also. Cloud is part of our entire 10 weeks DBA training. The 10 weeks DBA training involves all 3 levels from our course curriculum. And we will be learning something called ticketing tools to understand the DBA process at our job desk. Let's go to our course curriculum. Yes, here it is on my screen. Today we are into number 1. We'll start from the very basics carefully on how to perform the installations from scratch. We are going to work on latest versions and older versions also to showcase something in our resume. After we do installation, then comes SQL basics from scratch slowly. Then comes something called schemas, temp tables, constraints, joins. These are all the very basics, very much mandatory to understand the next concepts, core administration. After joins comes view, procedures, and functions, triggers, transactions, linked servers, and detailed architecture. From architecture comes the actual core DBA concepts called backups. So every concept is interrelated. The next concept built on top of previous concept in a meaningful way. I want you to make sure we do on-time practice, please. My kind request. There are assignments every day. From tomorrow, you will submit your assignments on time so that we'll be in pace in our actual classes. After backups, the main purpose of doing the SQL queries initially is for audits. We need to write queries like this, small audit queries like this in our classes and at our job desk. We have something called backups, restores, jobs, maintenance, DB mail concepts, security management, audits, and security management script activities, recovery models, migrations, issues with respect to migrations, and detailed query tuning concepts part of our classes, like query audits, indexes, partitions, tuning tools, execution plans, log management and isolation levels part of our classes, including HADR, replication, log shipping, mirroring, health checks, common errors and solutions. And we have the detailed server architecture, upgrades, migration, system database rebuilds, and the process orientation like support lines, SLA, OLA, version addition comparisons, configurations, and so on, including third-party tools. First 1 to 30 chapters are common for everyone. 6 weeks journey, weekly 5 days, 6 weeks, 30 classes, 30 chapters. But complete into practice zone. Every minute is valuable. Then comes Azure, Microsoft Cloud. It's all about cloud configurations, few additional installations, migrations, detailed migrations, migration issues and solutions, tuning, backups, restores, replication, failover, sync, security management, and we have something called masking, encryptions, virtual machines, and Azure CLI, PowerShell, always on, and so on, including project orientation and certification called DP300 certification guidance, part of our classes. I'll make sure things are detailed step by step. A 50-point checklist activity, first 6 weeks, 25 maintenance DB activities, 25 emergency activities. Then additional for cloud concepts, Azure activities, additional 40, 50 plus 40 total. And everything on a single screen, the final screen, will proceed for installation to the architecture and the configurations initially from scratch. Then comes basic DBA concepts, then advanced DBA concepts, and Azure. So you may plan for 1 to 33 chapters actually, core SQL DBA non-cloud or complete course with Azure cloud. Choice is yours. And Windows 8 or higher is required with any processor, 6 gig RAM. Windows 8 or higher, any processor with 6 gig RAM. With this, over to you now. We'll go for questions, clarifications if any. Do let me know for questions if any, and we'll start our actual classes next.